One of the greatest philosophers known to the mankind world was once named Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller, in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, once said, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you're going to miss it." And I came to realize this in beginning of 2019 when my family went and took a road trip to Texas. It was my dad and my mom and me and my little niece Megan. Megan's about like 18, 19 at the time. And when we got in the truck, her face was, oh, we're sitting here and I'm just enjoying the trip, the conversation. I just recently returned home from my LDS mission and I'm enjoying just being with my family. And we're driving past, all of these states. Granted, a lot of the trip is ugly, but what was she doing? And I sit there and I realize she's missing all of this. She's missing the conversations. She's missing the states. She's missing the views, even though there's not much of a view. But she missed it. The only time she looked up was when we stopped at the gas station to go to the bathroom. And so I realized life does move really fast. You have to stop and look around, or you're going to miss it. And so after thinking about this, I decided to think about it more. As a Generation Z, kids who are born from 1995 to about 2000-ish, that's what we're called as Gen Z. I'm Generation Z. We're the generation that was born with technology. We had it in our hands. We have not known life without technology. And so the question is, are we becoming better with technology, or are we becoming worse with technology? How are our communication skills going? I surveyed my fellow students, and there was a resounding majority of y'all that said that technology is hurting our communication skills. So I dived a little bit deeper into this, and I found a ton of studies that were conducted. For example, the University of Essex in England, they did a study where they put two people in one room, and some people they put one phone in the middle of the table, and some people they didn't. And they noticed that the people that had the phone in the room, they could not have a personal conversation. The technology deterred them from gaining a closeness or a trust, versus the people that did not have the phone, they were able to gain that relationship, that trust, because there wasn't that technology deterring them. Isn't that funny? It was just a mere presence. So, with technology, are we listening? In Hong Kong, they did another study with 361 college students. They tracked their internet usage and their mental health. They saw the higher the internet usage went, so did the mental health. And they noticed that it was very, very equal. One of my favorite quotes that I also found was a TED Talk from Brené Brown, and she talks all about listening. And she says, the ability to feel connected is neurological. It's how we are wired. We are born with an instinct to feel connected. And technology gives us that artificial feeling of connectivity. That works. For example, in the University of Pennsylvania, 140 students, they were asked to limit their technology use, 10 minutes per day per app. And they saw the lower the technology use, the higher the mental health went, less loneliness, and more happy thoughts. Did you see the gap widen? And again, the University of Iowa, this is a little bit different. They took maternal mothers who were experiencing maternal depression, that's what I meant to say, who were experiencing depression, they would just go and sit with these mothers and just listen. They wouldn't say one thing, they would just listen. And they saw that the more they listened, the depression was significantly reduced. Underline significantly. And it's really sad because the APA, American Psychological Association, also recently released that our generation, guys, Gen Z, we have the highest suicidal rates by 62% increase compared to other generations. It's really sad, guys. We don't listen anymore. We are isolated by the phones in our hands. We don't talk to people, really. I remember I was out serving my mission. We would go into nursing homes and we would just listen to the patients. Just listening to the patients, I saw the physical change that was taking place. They would change. They would get lighter. They would get happier. There was such a difference in their persona when you just sat down and listened. There is a need for interpersonal communication today. And we need to be the ones that takes initiative to act upon that. And so I ask every single one of you to do as Ferris Bueller, our great philosopher, to stop and look around, because life moves pretty fast. You don't want to miss it, because it's a really, really, really pretty deal.